Welcome to Inside the Owls Burrow, presented by Baptist Health. I'm Frank Fort. The Florida Atlantic softball team, in their first season in the American Athletic Conference, were picked to finish fifth in the preseason poll. However, head coach Jordan Clark's team put together a 41-win season, the school's first 40-win campaign since 2016. And on the final weekend of the regular season, they celebrated a championship. With a three-game sweep of Tulsa, the Owls finished 21-6 in conference play to share the regular season title with Charlotte. The Owls won 2 of 3 against the 49ers, thus earning the #1 seed at the conference tournament. It's the Owls' first regular season title in softball since 2018, and the first title for any Florida Atlantic sports program since the Owls joined the AAC. The decisive series began with a dramatic 8-7 comeback victory, a 5-run rally in the bottom of the 7th.
3-1 pitch coming. Down low, ball 4, a walk-off walk. Hammonds walks, Megan Mole scores, an improbable comeback.
An 8-2 victory in Game 2 was highlighted by a Cameron Jackson 3-run homer.
Fly ball, deep center field. Going back and forget about it. Bombs over Palms, a 3-run shot by Cameron Jackson, her 8th of the season. And just like that, Florida Atlantic grabs the 3-1 lead.
On Sunday, Kylie Chanel's RBI double snapped a 2-2 tie.
Fly ball, deep right center field. That's going to get down on the track. Jackson around third. She'll score. The pinch runner Oda held at third. Kylie Chanel comes up with her 19th double of the season, and the Owls lead it 3-2. So down to their last out, Mackenzie Denson, who's 0 for 3. Ground ball to second. Orland to first. There it is. The Florida Atlantic Owls win it 6-2, and at the very least, they have a share of the American Conference regular season title.
FAU! FAU! FAU!
The Owls went on to a 6-2 victory, capping off the regular season and senior day. First as the athletic program in the American Conference. Does that sound pretty special to you?
Oh my gosh, it gives me chills. And I saw a tweet go out right before our game, and it said that, softball is competing for the first American title today. And, I know we have other sports teams that have done awesome things here. And so to be the first, and this to be my second year here, is so special. And I don't take it lightly. I love this place. Our kids never wavered. They came back to work. They put in the time. And they never questioned what we needed to do. And so I'm not surprised. I'm really not, because I see what they look like on a daily basis. And we know in our hearts how prepared they were, and they knew how prepared they were, that they knew one game, one swing didn't define them, one pitch, and they knew that they were going to be better, when they got another opportunity. So
for everyone on this team, it's you love it, and you want it for them. Whoever's on the field, whoever's doing it, you want it so bad for them, because you want it just that bad for the team. And so it doesn't matter who's getting it done. As long as it gets done, we could care less who got it done. It didn't matter who started the game, who finished the game, who got the game-winning hit or anything. It mattered that this was the end result, and we did it.
Preseason, we were ranked 5th, and Coach Jordan had a little conversation with us saying, screw that, we know we're better than 5th, and I think we just worked really hard, and everyone doubted us, so just prove them wrong.
This is what I came here to do. This is what Coach Jordan recruited us for. So for it all to finally come together is just a super special moment. So super bittersweet.
When you transfer, you always hope, I hope it's the right decision. Could it have worked out any better?
No, it couldn't have. I know that God placed me here for a purpose, and this was that purpose, and I couldn't be more grateful.
It's honestly priceless. This is just a feeling you can't ever describe, and especially doing it with a group of girls, I wouldn't want it any other way, and it's just so priceless.
I think one of the things I've been most impressed by is the way you guys all support each other.
This group of girls, we always have each other's back. Our love is just so unconditional, and I just know truly we would ride for each other for anything. Doesn't matter whose role is who. They're all gonna buy in, and we're all gonna come together and give it all that we got.
I think everyone on this team is confident in their abilities, and we knew we had a special group here, and when you get to come to practice and get to work every single day, have fun with your girls, and get to learn and improve throughout the year, good things are going to happen, and there was no doubt in our mind that we were going to take home the championship this year, and we were speaking it into existence all year, so it was just awesome.
The Owls earned a double bye into the semifinals of the AAC tournament, but were eliminated by Wichita State. However, they did receive an at-large bid to the NCAA tournament, the first for the program since 2016, a third seed at the Gainesville Regional.
I think we were relieved, all the anxiety and the waiting around, we were just relieved of just seeing our name on the board. I mean, I was just so excited, I knew that we had a very good chance, so just seeing it was just almost brought tears of joy to me.
Coming up next, an update with new men's basketball coach John Jakus on his staff and new players coming to Florida Atlantic. That's straight ahead on Inside the Owls Burrow.
Hey Max, oil change today?
Yep. Morning. Hi. What are you getting done today? Oil change? Yep.
Max, your car's ready.
Great.
Nobody beats a Max deal at Phil Smith Kia, right, Max?
Right.
There's something about the power of integrity. That's why we aren't in the business of creating sales.
Go Solar Power, how can I help you?
We're focused on creating value. Call us old-fashioned, but we believe trust isn't just given, it's earned. Go Solar Power, a service experts company.
The Sport MBA program has a really great curriculum designed to help prepare students for real-world application.
The faculty at FAU really took the time to get to know me, help me get my foot in the door, and network with the right people.
Really prepared me for all the challenges of the workplace, whether it's time management, provided me with the educational background. Most importantly, it gave me real-life practical experience.
The program offers you lots of opportunities to experience the fast-paced world of South Florida sports.
Inside the Owls Burrow is presented by Baptist Health Orthopedic Care, the official sports medicine provider of Florida Atlantic Athletics. By Cedar Foods, Cedars, no better hummus. By FAU MBA in Sport Management, nationally renowned and ranked number 11 globally. By Phil Smith Kia, driving the Owls to victory together in style. By Sage Dental, the official dental provider of FAU Athletics. Book at mysagedental.com. And by Shiner Law Group, the injury lawyers that get you more because you deserve more. Welcome back to Inside the Owls Burrow, presented by Baptist Health. Since he was hired on March 29th, this gentleman, John Jakus, has been a busy man putting together a quality coaching staff and building a roster which had only 3 returning scholarship players. Coach, good to see you again.
Thanks. It's nice to see you also.
You also have some guys that have signed and are part of the program now. We can talk about a few of them as you build this roster. Leland Walker out of Eastern Kentucky. What can you tell us about him?
Yeah, great young man. First team all-conference. Really, really good point guard. Averaged 15 points and 4 assists. Can hover around right around 40% from 3. But I'd say more than that, he's just ready to lead a team. He's a winner. We kind of fell in love with him through the recruiting process. And he ended up coming here and committing on his first visit because he fell in love with the place and the plan. And we felt great that it shut down, and really thankful that he's with us.
Caleb Glenn was actually a 4-star coming out of high school. He went to, he came from Louisville, and I don't think this school's ever had a 4-star recruit.
Yeah, Leland actually top 100 on ESPN also, so both were 4-star kids. The first 2 4-star kids in the history of the school. He's just a top 100 kid that I think picked the wrong situation. And he just didn't feel comfortable and at home, and when he came down here, he felt great and renewed, and we think we got a steal.
A young man who was part of the last coaching staff's recruiting class, Mantas Kokanis out of Lithuania. You may or may not know him, but I know you've got connections in Europe, so I'm sure you've asked around about him.
Yeah, I know who he was, and obviously Todd told me right away. We watched a bunch of film. He was still in his kind of playoff series for Zalgiris, which is one of the 10 best teams in the world outside of the NBA, EuroLeague program. And Lithuania has only got a couple million people in the whole country, and they produce more NBA players per capita than I think any country in the world. Loves the game. You can just see him getting stronger. I watched a film from when FAU first recruited him, and then the most recent film, his body's completely changed. And after a summer in our weight program and in the development, we just feel like he's going to be a great fit.
The most recent guy, as we sit here taping this interview, is out of Germany, Max Langenfeld, who's a 6'6", I'm assuming a wing player.
Yeah, there's a little point guard in there. He plays some point guard, shoots 60% from the field and 40 from the three. He's a bucket, is what we would call it. Fun to watch, really fearless. Offensively, I don't think there's anything he's scared to do, but he's very interchangeable, can play 1, 2, and 3, especially in our system. All three guys will be in ball screens.
Well, you have a couple guys committed who we can't yet talk about, and you have a couple of scholarship spots still open. Are you looking for particular positions, or are you just going to try to go for the best players you can?
No, I think we got a plan. You know, we need a couple centers that can roll and catch and understand how to play a certain way. I think you'll notice a couple things with who we recruited so far. A bunch of guys, 4 or 5 guys that can shoot 40% from 3. We're going to make sure we got a couple point guards on the team that can handle a ball screen. And then positionally, besides the 2 point guards, everybody's between 6'5" and 6'9" with like 7 foot or more wingspans. And so we know kind of exactly what we're targeting. So we've got a type and a plan, and we're a couple more away from being done, but we're in a good spot.
Let's talk a little bit about the coaching staff you've assembled. Todd Abernathy holds over from Coach May's staff. Was it important to have continuity, or was he just a guy you kind of targeted?
When I walked into the gym on day 1, Todd was at the door waiting for me. And he made it really clear to me that he wanted to stay. And he actually spent a year coaching at a school called Trinity in Chicago, which is where I went to school. And so we have about 100 friends in common, but for some reason didn't know each other. And after interviewing him for a little bit, it just became clear that it was the right call to keep him. We got lucky, you know, been in the Final Four with FAU, coached in the SEC. He's a top young assistant in this deal, and to have him back here is great.
In no particular order, we're going through this. Jordan Fee, who had a lot of success at the Division II level, both as associate head coach at Nova Southeastern down the road, and then at Gannon in Pennsylvania, where he won a national title. And he knows Florida very well. Is that his big advantage?
I think his big advantage is I've known him for 15 years and coached him, and I was at his wedding, and he's a great friend to me. Knowing Florida didn't hurt. Obviously, you want to be recruit your own state. He's going to help us do that for sure. He's got relationships all through the state for his 8 years at Nova, and then he was the Division II head coach of the year, national coach of the year. Biggest turnaround in the history of college basketball at any level, going from 3 wins to 32. And then they play this awesome style where they score 100 points a game, and we want to play fast. And as much as I love him as a friend, and you know he's here because of a relationship, it's also because he's just really good at his job.
Isaiah Austin, a young man who played at Baylor, his career unfortunately short-circuited by a medical condition, and he was working in the NBA player development program.
Yeah, he was in New York City, lived in Dallas, but worked in New York with Adam Silver. Oversaw a coaches development program, a player development program, worked with the top kids in the country. Really is set up to be one of the best recruiters in all of America. So as a big man coach, you know, very few staffs have somebody actually who's played the position and done it that well.
Your director of player development is Damon Parker, again, a guy who you know a little bit, I think, from the past.
Yeah, he was a GA at Baylor. He did the player development for Jeremy Sohan and Keontae George. Both first-round picks, as smart as could be a GM, could run a Fortune 500 company, but just happens to be really good at player development and loving guys. So we're going to try to steal him from the rest of the world. Everybody needs to stay away from him and just let him coach basketball.
And finally, your special assistant, Obim Okeke, also comes from the NBA, worked for both Indiana and Oklahoma City, and former Baylor player as well, I believe. And is he your numbers guy, your analytics guy?
Yeah, that's part of what he does. He played football at Baylor, and then we stole him. And he played basketball for us and then won a championship as a GA. I think he's going to control our culture with his smile, and then he's going to be fantastic with the film and the analytics and all that he did in the NBA.
Coach, have a great summer. We'll catch up with you later on.
Yeah, thanks so much for all you do.
Coming up, a look ahead at the 2024 season for women's soccer. That's next on Inside the Owls Burrow. End-of-season honors for beach volleyball. Juniors Marketa Svozilova and Julie Hanzova-Chova, along with sophomore Ashley Adams, were all named to the first team for Conference USA. In addition, Olivia Strandberg and Sloan Woolwine were named to the 6-person all-freshman team. so a lot of talent will return next year. Here's a look at some of the best moments for the Sandy Owls this season. We're back on Inside the Owls Burrow, presented by Baptist Health. Spring practice has wrapped up for the Florida Atlantic women's soccer team. Last fall, the Owls put together an 8-7-5 record, their first season in the American Athletic Conference. Florida Atlantic had 3 wins, 3 losses, and 3 ties in conference play, and it didn't take long to realize the American was a different type of challenge.
It probably was 15 or 20 minutes into the first game at East Carolina, and we just were, as a staff, we were like, we've got to change a lot of things. We're going to have to upgrade in just about every facet. Wonderful players and teams, and it's that much harder. The margins between winning and losing are really small. It's just the littlest of things on most evenings. I do think that we grew a lot, and hopefully with a lot of the returning players that gained all that experience, maybe those margins become a little bit more refined in our favor, and now you can talk about another double-digit win season.
I think this spring we worked on a lot defensively, and we've got a lot out of it. We've developed really much, both individually, but also as a full back line. And I think we got to play a lot together. All 11 players worked really well defensively. And I think we're gonna need that, and that's gonna be really good in the fall.
After recording 4 assists as a freshman in 2023, Olivia Borey is looking to make a big step forward come the fall.
I think my freshman season I came in prepared, and I got good minutes and I had a good freshman season. I think what I could do better is production, like more goals, more assists to my name. So I think I have more confidence now coming into my sophomore season because I know what I'm expecting, so I know how to prepare better.
What did you think the biggest difference was?
The level of play. There's a lot more transition back and forth, and you always got to be switched on. Well, in high school and kind of club, you can get away with it some.
Midfielder Michelle Horan tormented defense with her pace on the wing, recording a goal and 4 assists last season.
Sometimes we do pull through in clutch games and score a pretty good goal. I know in Charlotte we scored in the last minute off of a cross and that type of thing. So we do have those goals, but it's hard because we're not consistent with the scoring, and I think that's where we mostly need to improve on. I think there's room to work on when we shoot and how we shoot, and make sure we're only taking the really good chances and not wasting them on silly ones. So that's obviously something to work on. I think that everybody's kind of like itching to get their goals, which is probably going to help the team as a whole get more goals, you know.
The Owls will have a much different look in 2024 with 10 new players, mostly freshmen as opposed to transfers.
But this year, we've definitely gone young, and I'm just really excited. You know, we have probably 3 or 4 in-state, but we have this will probably be the biggest class that's out of state that we've ever brought in, but they're very talented, and I think they're going to help us right away. And that doesn't necessarily mean start, but that's going to be like, it's going to be elevating the competition in training. It's going to make the travel roster more difficult to make. It's going to make the starting lineup more difficult. But hopefully that just raises the bar for everybody and translates more into better play and hopefully some wins.
Coming up next, he was the breakout offensive player of spring football. How running back Gemari Sands plans to impact games this fall. That's straight ahead on Inside the Owls Burrow.
At Sage Dental, you'll experience a modern, family-friendly approach to dentistry. From pediatric dentistry and orthodontics to cleanings and oral surgery, we've got the latest technology to provide your family the best dental care all in one place. And for a limited time, get a free new patient exam and x-rays, plus a free ProClean Sonic toothbrush at your first hygiene visit. Book your appointment today at mysagedental.com. Sage Dental. Open up and say awesome.
To win at this game, you have to put in the work, know the game plan, and execute. At Duffy's, our game is always on.
At Delray Hyundai, it's getting hot, and we're not talking about the weather. We are bringing the heat with savings on over 175 new vehicles in stock and ready for you to take home today, with even more on the way. Or lease a 2023 Elantra SE for just $199 per month with zero down. That's right, zero down and just $199 per month. Plus financing rates as low as 0% on select 2023 models. That's right, financing rates as low as 0%. Visit Delray Hyundai today or online at delrayhyundai.com.
Once you try Cedar's authentic hummus, you'll understand why people can't stop spreading it. I cannot stop eating this. Dipping it. I am obsessed. And sharing it. Only the good stuff. Cedar's. No better hummus.
We are bringing the heat with savings at Delray Genesis, like a lease on a 2023 G70 for just $329 per month, or financing rates as low as 2.9% on select new 2023 models. Visit Delray Genesis today.
Inside the Owls Burrow is brought to you by Adidas, by Baptist Health Orthopedic Care, the official sports medicine provider of Florida Atlantic Athletics, by Cedars, No Better Hummus, by FAU MBA in Sport Management, helping the sports and entertainment executives of tomorrow, by Phil Smith Kia, by Sage Dental, the official dental provider of FAU Athletics, book at mysagedental.com, and by Shiner Law Group, injury lawyers that get you more because you deserve more. This is Inside the Owls Burrow, presented by Baptist Health. As our spring sports wrap up, we can look forward to football season in the fall. In evaluating spring practice, one conclusion we can come to is the running backs room looks pretty strong, adding talent from outside the program and improving from within. Veteran Zuberi Mobley was back after missing most of the 2023 season with a shoulder injury. 221-pound early entry freshman Caden Shields Dutton looked right at home physically in the college game. Transfer CJ Campbell impressed almost daily with his instinctual running style and broke off a 75-yard touchdown in the spring game.
I feel pretty good. I was impressed with their effort. I was impressed with the attention to detail, and on every play that they were asked to do. So, we got to tighten up on some little small stuff, but I was very impressed with the effort of all the guys.
The breakout player, however, was Gemari Sands, who redshirted last season, as adjusting to college football proved challenging.
I would say definitely the plays part. Learning the plays is a little difficult, but gotta get it to play.
Do you think that's something that maybe held you back a little bit last year?
Yes.
So what did you do to change that?
I got in the playbook a little bit more, and I stayed asking questions.
The classic being a freshman immaturity, the understanding the details, understanding how college football works. I think that was the biggest factor what held him back this year. But to his credit, he's the most improved back in the spring. From last year fall to this spring, he's probably the most improved back mentally and physically.
Are you happy with the way spring ball went for you?
Yes, I'm definitely happy. My first spring, actually, so yes, I'm very happy.
That's right, you didn't come till last summer. So did you feel like you were playing catch up a lot last year?
Yes, I did. It was a lot of things that others got before I did, and they was able to capitalize off that.
Now, your cousin, Tony Sands, was a great high school football player in South Florida, and at Kansas, he broke the NCAA single-game rushing record. So, does the athleticism run in the Sands family?
Yes, definitely, I think. Everybody played running back too, actually, so yeah, I think so. We ain't really talk about it too much, but you know, he never let me forget about that.
Now, we know Coach Perkins here, he demands not only, if you're going to get the football, you got to be able to catch the ball, and you got to be able to protect your quarterback.
It's always been a big part of the game because, you know, as a running back, you know, to show that you're one of the top elite running backs, you have to do all three things in the offense. Yes, I think I definitely changed. You know, sometimes I would just be to myself and just let things go by me and not say anything. Now I feel like I'm just more proactive on those things now.
This is our final show for the spring semester. We'll take our usual summer hiatus and return in the fall with the 9th season of the football edition of Inside the Owls Burrow. Until then, I'm Frank Fort. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in August on Inside the Owls Burrow. This has been a presentation of Playfly.
Hi, my name is David Shiner, and at Shiner Law Group, you're more than just a number, you're part of our family.
If you become injured, call my dad.
Call me, David Shiner, and let my team of legal professionals help you get what you deserve.
Bicycle accident, call Dave Shiner. Car injury, call my dad. Slip and fall, call my dad. Call my dad.
Car accident, call me. Call Dave Shiner.
The Sport MBA program has a really great curriculum designed to help prepare students for real-world application.
The faculty at FAU really took the time to get to know me, help me get my foot in the door, and network with the right people.
Really prepared me for all the challenges of the workplace, whether it's time management, provided me with the educational background. Most importantly, it gave me real-life practical experience.
The program offers you lots of opportunities to experience the fast-paced world of South Florida sports.
We are bringing the heat with savings at Delray Genesis, like a lease on a 2023 G80 for just $479 per month, or financing rates as low as 2.9% on select new 2023 models. Visit Delray Genesis today.
Once you try Cedar's authentic hummus, you'll understand why people can't stop spreading it. I cannot stop eating this. Dipping it. I am obsessed. And sharing it.
Only the good stuff.
Cedar's. No better hummus.
There's something about the power of integrity. That's why we aren't in the business of creating sales.
Go Solar Power, how can I help you?
We're focused on creating value. Call us old-fashioned, but we believe trust isn't just given. It's earned. Go Solar Power, a service experts company.